Today, we're going to explore the life of Abraham Lincoln, but maybe not in the way you're used to. We're not just talking about a president, we're using his life as a blueprint for building an absolutely unbreakable will. So yeah, let's dive right in.
Have you ever felt that? Those moments when it feels like the whole world is just trying to crush you? When the weight of everything is just pressing down and all you can hear are the voices of doubt and failure? It's a tough place to be, right?
And yet, some people, some souls, just refuse to be broken. And that, right there, brings us to Abraham Lincoln. This was a man who faced pressure we can barely even imagine, and he simply would not break. He's really the ultimate archetype of this kind of strength.
So, let's start climbing what I like to call the Lincoln ladder. The very first rung, the place we have to start, is understanding how his incredible strength was actually forged in his earliest struggles. You see, his hardships weren't weaknesses, they were the foundation.
His path was anything but a straight line to success. Before he was a leader, he failed in business, big time. He knew failure up close and personal. His general store, for instance, went completely under, leaving him with debts that took him years to pay off. Talk about a rough start. And his political career? Whoa, it was paved with rejection. He lost elections, he'd run for office and lose. Then he'd run again and lose again. Seriously, his path to the presidency was basically a masterclass in how to deal with defeat.
And on top of all of that, he had to endure just brutal public ridicule. Think about it. He wasn't just losing. He was being scorned and mocked by his peers, by critics, and yet he kept going.
And this is where we get a real glimpse into his mindset. Lincoln himself said it perfectly. That's not just some humble line, it's his entire philosophy right there. It's the core of a man who refused to surrender, who knew that progress wasn't about speed, it was about perseverance.
So the key takeaway from this first part of his life is this really powerful truth. For him, every single failure became fuel. Every setback was just another lesson. He knew, deep down, that the world doesn't get to define you by what happens to you. You define yourself by what you do about it.
Okay, let's move up that ladder. We're on to the second rung now, the weight of the climb. And this is where his character was truly forged in crisis. We're talking about the ultimate test, leading a country during the American Civil War.
Can you imagine? The entire nation is literally tearing itself apart. It would have been so easy for him to give in to vengeance or just despair. But he didn't. He steered the country through its darkest hour with compassion, with humility, and with this incredible, unwavering moral clarity.
And he had this brilliant insight into human nature. He said this, wow. Just think about that for a second. He's saying hardship is one thing, but the real test, the thing that shows who you truly are, it's how you handle power.
So his point is crystal clear. For Lincoln, power didn't corrupt him. It did the opposite. It just amplified the integrity that was already there. The presidency didn't break him. It revealed the true depth of his character.
All right, now we climb to the very top, the summit of the ladder. This is the moment where his moral courage didn't just lead, it fundamentally reshaped a nation and changed the course of history forever.
We're talking about the Emancipation Proclamation. And you have to understand, this was so much more than just some political or strategic move. At its very core, it was a profound moral statement. It was a declaration of human dignity, proclaiming that freedom is a right for everyone, not a privilege for some.
And this is the hallmark of true greatness, isn't it? He did it in the face of massive opposition, knowing all the personal and political risks. He chose principle over popularity, and that single choice defined his entire legacy.
So, why does any of this matter to you? Because Lincoln's story isn't just history, it's a mirror. So now, it's your turn to rise. We're shifting the focus from his journey to your own potential. So let's reframe a few things. First, your trials are ladders. The challenges you're facing, they aren't walls built to stop you. No, they are ladders, just waiting for you to climb.
And your failures, they aren't chains meant to hold you down. They're lessons. They're the wisdom you need to move forward stronger than before.
And finally, that feeling of fear, that thing we all try to run from, it's not a prison. It's a signal. It's a compass pointing you in the exact direction you need to go.
So here's your path forward, distilled right from Lincoln's own example. Step 1, rise with courage, even when you're afraid. Step 2, lead with compassion.
for yourself and for others. And step 3, endure with the kind of strength that simply refuses to be broken.
And here's the ultimate takeaway. The world still needs people with that kind of will, and that capacity for courage, for endurance, for greatness. It lives inside of you, right now.
It's your turn. Rise.